All right, let's move on to our next game. Here we go. we played actually the game called Intelligence 2 earlier because we knew when that was released, but we didn't know exactly when Intelligence 1 was released. So we're going to play some Intelligence on the VC 4000, a console from Germany. Let's take a look at the artwork. VC 4000 still has good artwork. It looks like a maze game to me. And there's our cartridge for Intelligence. Is it really? Yeah, okay. I guess for in Germany they had the Z on there. All right, let's see first if it boots up. Sometimes these do not even run for us. All right, here we go. This is Intelligence for the VC 4000, released sometime in 1979. Do we get anything? Hello? I feel like I'd have to push my German computer. Come on, go on here. I'm trying to push the buttons. All right, so that way did not work for us. Let's try it a different way. Get ready for mono sound. This is Intelligence for the VC 4000. All right, it looks like we got it to boot up, but I'm going to try using the keypad that was included on the screen or on the console. Trying our keypad buttons, trying start, reset, and oh, it looks like we got a dud. It is possible that for some of these games, whatever was copied or made for the cartridge to be played online may be bad copies. So it's possible that even though I tried to play both ways, it will not run for us. It is a maze game, but we couldn't get it to boot up, so we're going to have to give it 0 stars. Sadly, the obscurity of the VC 4000 makes it really hard to play and get some of the games to run. We have played some, but I haven't really seen the best from this. This was competing with the Philips Video Pack in Europe, and that's the one that's the winner. All right. So from the chat, Chiptune Chronicles was asking if I was using a Raspberry Pi, and I am not. I'm actually using a full-blown PC to play everything. And the way that we're playing is I'm using a launch box interface that is modified that I kind of developed and set up myself so that we can get all these games to be played in order of release with the artwork to show up and kind of go through the games. But then how we're playing them is a myriad of a bunch of different emulators and simulators. All right, so here we go. This is our next game. This is Invinco in the arcades. The graphics look pretty simple for the arcades. I guess if it's color, that's good, but let's take a look at the artwork. This is Invinco, okay, by Gremlin and Sega. The battle is on, and Gremlin's new Invinco puts you in the middle with exciting new video fun. They didn't even say video game, it's just video fun. All the Invinco action is a thrilling color, realistic sound, heightened excitement with every shot you take, and every enemy warrior you hit. I bet it's a fixed shooter like Space Invaders. Yep, move left and right and fire. There's our arcade marquee, and it is programmed in color. That is a good selling point. All right, so for different versions, looks like we don't really have any more versions for it. We are stepping up to the arcade in 1979 playing Invinco by Sega Gremlin. And there it is. Not sure if that's the official artwork above me. Looks more like the wallpaper I'd had at my house in 1979. All right, let's put a quarter in, see what it's like. Invinco, move ship and fire at advancing targets. Game ends when all ships are destroyed, like Space Invaders. Hit star to explode surrounding targets. Hit top row Invincos 3 times to destroy. Hit center of saucers for more points. It almost sounded like that was a boss at the end, but here we go. I'm now playing the game, moving left and right and firing. Not hearing any sounds or sound effects from the background. Some of these games are so old that while they use a microprocessor, they might be sending the sound signal not from the PCB, but from the arcade cabinet itself. And it looks like you have a barrier just like Space Invaders. And the different characters are smaller. I bet it's going to speed up just like Space Invaders. And judging by the way it plays, okay, that must be the Invinco. Yeah, you have to hit it 3 times for it to die. So considering it a boss, no, it's just like the UFO from Space Invaders. I was kind of excited that we'd find our first video game boss because we haven't seen it yet. Wait, no, we have. I'm sorry, we have. Astro Wars had a mothership that you could defeat if you were able to get far enough. All right, so that's pretty fun. Too bad we didn't have any sound for it. And typical for what you see at the time, Invinco, I'm going to go ahead and give that one slightly below average, so 2.5 for Invinco. And from the chat, looks like Chiptune Chronicles says the first video game boss is Phoenix. And I've heard that as well. However, we have played a game that had a boss. It had a mothership at the end. So I'm wondering if... we haven't played Phoenix yet. It hasn't been released. So I'm wondering if we've seen a video game boss before that in Astro Wars. Okay, so let's move on to our next game. And it's a combination of Invinco and Head-On 2 on one board. No way. All right, I'm just going to boot it up to see what happens. So this is a compilation, a dual game. This is 1979. Okay, so how to play either one. Let's see what happens when I put a quarter in. It looks like just Invinco. How do we get to Head-On 2? There must be... Oh, I know what it is. So it's not where you select it at the game. You push in the back. Yes. So you choose it using the dip switches in the back of the arcade cabinet to play the other one. Well, for the time, if you were the owner of the arcade, why not have both? So this one, because of the compilation, having 2 and 1, I'm going to go and give that one 5 stars. We haven't hit on any compilations. They haven't popped up too much, but we're not going to focus as much on compilations for the channel, just because it's just even more games that we've already played. But this one's a special one, as one of the first ever to have 2 games in one. That's the one to have.